Oh, you have got to be kidding. Tell me there is some kind of sick punchline coming.
Unfortunately, John, it's true.
Great. Absolutely great.
We must go after him.
Now, 2 pods out there would just compound the problem.
No change in his course. He's accelerating away from Moya.
Let's be anything but surprised. Our weakest link is often the smallest.
Can't we do something?
He's about to exit the asteroid
The
field.
Peacekeepers haven't spotted him yet, but they will shortly. Pilot!
I shall attempt to contact him again. Rigel, please respond. Your Eminence, I beg you, respond.
Remember, Rigel, Moya's baby has weaponry.
Rigel's already too distant, and the asteroid blocker clears salvo.
Rigel, listen to me. And listen very, very carefully.
What the hell did you just say?
Something about his corpse and bodily function.
Oh, that'll help.
Rigel, what you are doing is wrong.
To you, maybe.
Rigel, they'll take your head off. Whatever deal you cut with them, Grace will never honor it.
Rigel, kill your engines, float dead. Maybe they won't spot you. Let's talk about this.
And isn't that the whole point, Crichton? That's all your people ever do is talk. I am a dominar of action.
One unarmed transport flying straight towards us. Makes no sense.
A pity we can't follow its trail back to the Leviathan. Any other vessels in motion out there?
Just our own outbound Marauder with the alien girl you adopted.
Have you found my security officer assigned to watch her?
Why would the Hynerian be traveling alone?
Perhaps he wishes to become part of your collection.
This is just a game to you, isn't it?
On the contrary, I care a great deal about one thing. The knowledge of wormhole technologies the human Crichton holds locked in his memory.
Sirs, this Hynerian Royal was alone aboard the Leviathan transport.
You want the Leviathan gunship offspring, the other escaped prisoners, the defector Aaron Sun, and especially you want the one called Crichton. Well, I want my freedom. Interested?
My name is John Crichton, an astronaut. A radiation wave hit, and I got shot through a wormhole. Now I'm lost in some distant part of the universe on a ship, a living ship, full of strange alien life forms. Help me. Listen, please. Is there anybody out there who can hear me? I'm being hunted by an insane military commander, doing everything I can. I'm just looking for a way home.
They may not be on their way now, but they will be coming.
The Peacekeepers knew where we were, Dargo. They'd be here already.
Look, is it possible he's just stalling them for us? Right. Okay, well, let's think this through. What do we know?
The map of this asteroid field you took from the botanist has allowed Pilot to plot Starburst path away from the Peacekeepers.
Moya will not abandon her baby.
He was too young to starburst on his own.
Is there any way we can use the offspring's weaponry to our advantage?
Well, against a command carrier, until he's fully grown, it'll be like throwing
Well, I can
stones.
tell you this for free. I will not be taken alive. I've been in the goddamn chair and I am not going back in it.
I know of the concept, but there is no Luxon word for it.
Suicide?
I am not talking about suicide. But it doesn't look like we're gonna get out of this one, and if we're gonna go down, I want to go down swinging.
Then we shall do so together.
Oh, just to be in the warm glow of all this testosterone. The smallest ship Kratos and Scorpius will send can overpower us effortlessly.
Okay, what do we see? Rigel flew that transport right into their ship.
Presumably screaming I surrender all the way.
Yeah, but what if one of us did the same thing, but at the last second veered off straight into the bridge, a Trojan horse?
Won't cripple their operations.
And what if the transport is loaded down with explosives? What if we blow the holy hell out of their nerve center? Would that buy us enough time for the rest of us to get away?
That's your third helping.
That's for my third stomach. That's what happens, you see. By the time it's full, first one's empty again.
Domina Rigel. My Gamic base is but a short distance away. Once seated in my Aurora chair, your hunger pangs will be the least of your discomforts.
With all due respect, wrong. You won't get anything out of me that way. Ask him. My physiology won't tolerate it.
Would be dead almost instantly.
Oh, no need to travel to accommodate that.
Look, if I were afraid, I wouldn't have come, would I? Pass the Turnium mollusks, please.
I believe your offer was the capture of John Crichton in exchange for your own freedom.
And the Leviathan and the others.
Insignificant, Captain. A simple deal, to which I agree.
Hardly simple. I also require a ship, a qualified crew, negotiable currency, a map to my home world, and a full partner.
You're lying.
All right, I could forgo the cash.
You're lying about why you're here.
No, I'm not.
You're wasting our time. Imprison him. We will capture the others in due course.
I don't think so. Look, I know him. John Crichton will not be taken alive.
Now he's telling the truth. And are you willing to help me capture the human Crichton?
I will not! You can't make me.
Listen, Tiana, it is the only way.
What do you care? You'll all be dead!
You are the only one of us who the Peacekeepers do not hunt.
I went down to their base with Crichton. They know who I am.
That is why you must wear these restraints.
I doubt I'll be able to subdue them with those.
When they board Moya, lock yourself in one of the cells, slip these on, and maintain no matter how many times they ask that we forced you to help.
Don't tell me how to lie. It's one of the best things I do.
You are a real pain in the EMA! But one I have grown to enjoy.
Exactly how volatile is this Luttrol?
Not at all. But once it's injected into containers filled with chronite, shavings from the floor of Moya's cargo hold, the mix becomes highly explosive. Almost anything will set it off.
Say, like a high-speed impact?
John, are you sure there's no other way?
Oh, yeah. The tools of the chief anarchist.
John, I've made new family here, surrounded by all of you. Now I sense it's coming to an end.
Well, it's a Jerry Springer kind of family. But for what it's worth, Sam, you are family.
I appreciate your concern, Officer Sun, but I no longer require a chaperone.
Are you sure, Pilot? You seem quite upset.
Yes. Moya is terrified for her offspring and herself. That anxiety translates through her being into mine. Combine it with my own fear and...
Pretty potent adrenaline surge for you, I understand.
Officer Sun. Aaron. You and we've shared quite a lot in the time we've been together.
DNA for one. You've helped me learn some rudimentary science.
You've kept me alive when no one else could. There's no reason we all need to be recaptured. You have your prowler.
Don't think that option hasn't entered my mind. I'm not going anywhere.
Moya wants to know, have you come up with a name for her offspring yet, in case something happens? She doesn't want her son named by the Peacekeepers.
Please tell Moya that it remains my honor
to name her son. It will be a good, strong name that he will bear proudly. In freedom, if I have anything to say about it.
I will tell her.
Toward that end, we need the DRDs to start scoping chronite shavings from the cargo holds.
Dad, this is probably the last note in the bottle you're gonna get. Things have gone bad here, and why don't I just start screaming and leave him a really happy memory?
Is he anything like the man I met?
No. The man you met was an alien who'd taken the form of my father.
But he was constructed from your memory, so was it accurate?
A little idealized, but mostly, yeah.
You're lucky, you know. When I was very young one night, a soldier appeared over my bunk. Battle-hardened, scarred.
Cool. Your father?
My mother. She told me that I wasn't merely an accident or a genetic birthing to fill the ranks, that she and a male that she had cared about had chosen to yield a life. Mine.
What about your father?
I know even less.
No. Leave him a message. You never know. They might get it.
Excuse me, do you mind?
You have eaten. You have bathed. What next? A nap?
As a matter of fact,
We must talk about your future.
Sure. You're clearly not the one to decide my future, Grace.
What do you mean?
Well, you've lost control here, haven't you? Not that it troubles me, but this Scorpius fellow, he's obviously the one in power now.
Be that as it may, allow me to make a case for my value in these negotiations, Your Highness.
You madman!
Do you know what this is?
You madman!
This is your death certificate, proof you expired.
You're early. Come back tomorrow.
I am not your Reaper. Scorpius is. Did you really think you could strike an honest bargain with a Scaran half-breed like him? The moment Crichton is in custody, he's ordered your execution to show everyone what he thinks of traitors. Slow death.
Why tell me?
Because ironically, we find ourselves in similar situations. No matter what I do, I have no life beyond court-martial, incarceration, execution.
So what do you want?
To survive, as you do.
And just how do we do that?
What the frill is he doing back?
We know what he's doing back. It's a trap.
He was assuring Pilot that it wasn't.
And you believe him?
Well, he wasn't followed.
Which makes no sense. This is definitely a trap.
I wouldn't just let Nigel go, I'm sure of that.
If given provocation, I will shoot him in such a way that he still is able to answer all your questions.
No Peacekeeper tail ships. So far.
Moya's sensors detect no military activity directed towards us.
Please don't shoot. Of course, I would have demanded the same precautions myself, but...
Off the throne sled, Rigel, and face down on the ground.
Well, hardly. Then I'd miss your reaction to whatever's about to happen. And please, whatever your reaction, don't let it include weapons fire.
My boy Crace!
Clearly an awkward situation. However, I have asked Dominar Rigel XVI for asylum, and he has accepted.
By the goddess, that's insane. What do you need asylum from?
Before I can answer your questions, I would feel safer in protective custody, with passions calmer.
Protective custody.
Pilot, have the DRDs check the transport for tracking devices.
At once. Kiana, reinstate the cell door functions on Tier 7.
With pleasure.
Move it.
As you can see, I am unarmed.
As you can see, I am also unarmed.
You always said you wanted to kill me.
You knew. You knew all along. Tell them. Tell them!
Cardago did not commit the crime that he was in prison for. His mate was killed by someone else.
Her own brother, a peacekeeper.
You knew, and you kept him in chains.
No matter what I knew, only a tribunal order can release a convicted murderer.
Easy answer.
There isn't much in life that is unfair. We are all proof of that.
If life was fair, you'd be dead.
So, is there anything you want to say to me?
I think we covered it all when you left me for dead in the Aurora chair.
Good. I'm gonna go and check out their transport. I still don't trust either of them.
What are you doing here, Crace? Really?
I believe my best chance is to let the Hynerian explain my position to you.
You're letting Rigel be your advocate? You're worse off than you look.
If you'd have seen Crace aboard his own ship, you'd know it was no act. This Scorpius character is carrying Crace's mivongs around in his hip pocket.
So you decided to take pity on poor Captain Crace.
I don't take pity on orphans, much less that butcher. However, as the mind that engineered our original escape, and virtually every correct decision since then, I recognize his value.
Like Crace is really gonna help us.
No choice. He's a walking corpse on his own ship.
All the more reason why Scorpius would not let him go.
Again, for the tiny part of your brain that calculates strategy, we didn't present it that way. Crace told Scorpius that if he came here under a flag of truce, he'd be able to convince you all to surrender.
So Crace must know what they're planning. Well, that could be useful to us.
Possibly. But something went wrong. You went there to sell us out, Rigel.
You bet your shiny blue ass I did. But I didn't, so make the most of it now.
Zan, do I inject the catalyst into every one of these Chronite shaving containers or only the first row?
She didn't say.
Perhaps she doesn't even know.
Targo, there won't be much time later.
I know.
We've had our differences, but you've become someone I rely on now.
I've become similarly affected.
Sorry I didn't get a chance to meet your son, Jothi.
I miss being a part of his life more and more each day.
Your blood runs through him, Dargo. That's influence enough. I'm sure he's very much like you.
Hopefully his mother's nose. I thought I would live much longer.
I never thought I'd live this long.
There! Report, Lieutenant.
As the vector narrows, our search team is confident of locating the Leviathan within several hours.
Excellent, Lieutenant. Keep me informed. Any word from Captain Craze?
None, sir. Sir, permission to speak freely.
Of course, Lieutenant. If you weren't free to, I would not have you here.
If you suspected the captain might not return of his own volition, why did you let him go?
We all have windows of usefulness. If we don't take advantage of them, our careers may fade. For example, my instincts tell me that your career may well be on the rise.
How are you doing?
Why would you ask?
I look at you, and I get homesick. I'm desperate for human male-to-male conversation. And I figure cars, football, they're out of the question.
Do you think it's an accident? Our species are so much alike.
Do you know the answer to that?
No. It's one of the mysteries I will miss solving.
Yeah. Kind of makes you feel your mortality, doesn't it? Being in there. That's what it's like for us. Every day, every hour, every minute, every second with you riding our asses.
I understand you didn't mean to kill my brother. It was an accident. I realize that now, as I look back and try to understand it all.
Got any idea what you put me through? All of us through?
I thought it was about my brother. It should have been about my brother. Somewhere along the way, my priorities decayed. I realized I'd become more concerned with my own image and career.
Do you mean to help? Now's the time.
The transport pod is almost loaded. Zan says that there's enough Lutra oil to cause an immense chain reaction.
How long is Scorpius likely to delay attacking us?
Once he discovers your location, expect no delay. Fly a transport into the bridge of a command carrier. Suicide. The ship's sensors will detect explosive content, and you will be destroyed well out of range.
The chronite won't be active until the catalyst is added. It will appear to be a perfectly normal transport.
With weighted tonnage, moving slowly. What do you think, Officer Sun?
It's a long shot, but it's all we've got.
No. I have another idea. What does Scorpius value more than this Leviathan? I'd wager that precious research base down on that moon.
The oil-covered moon. Brilliant. Light his world on fire.
No, Scorpius is no fool. He'll never allow it.
Perfect. If he is as clever as you all say that he is, he will see the weight and explosive content for exactly what it is.
A flying ignition source.
Which will force him to do what?
Theoretically to turn and pursue, closing range to destroy you.
And when they change course?
Moya has the time to get clear of the asteroid field and starburst to freedom. Solid Dargo.
What about Moya's baby?
He tucks in close, and we take him through Starburst with us.
Someone still has to fly it, though.
One of us will have to sacrifice ourselves for the others.
Your plan is flawed. Scorpius will not chase the transport, because there's one thing that he values more than his precious base.
It is not open for discussion.
You're being ridiculous. We were going to draw lots.
I did draw lots. I lost. Matter closed.
You are not the captain here.
No one is. It is anarchy. And today, it is my day to rule.
Dargo, will you just...
Listen to me! Time is short, and so is my temper. Fetch me some more Chronite.
Dargo insists on flying this suicide mission and says I have to stay behind and deal with Moya's offspring.
Well, he's right. You are the only one of us that the baby trusts. Have you selected a name for him yet?
No? Any suggestions?
Christening a warship is out of my purview.
You know, you amaze me, being a priest. To live in such a violent world and yet somehow manage to keep your center.
The instant I committed murder, I sacrificed my right to exist. Since then, I view every microt as a generous yet undeserved gift from the goddess.
Aaron! More Chronite.
What's the matter?
You're going flying with that crazy Luxon. Not you.
Well, you heard craze. Scorpius wants me. And if I'm in the transport, it's more likely to draw the command carrier away from the rest of you guys.
Well, what if other people want you too?
Is this some sort of weird alien send-off?
Call it what you like. I know no other way to thank you for what you're doing.
Never before the big game. But thanks.
You saved my life.
Pass it on. When someone else needs it, return the favor. You pass it on.
High Command has responded to your communique, sir. Due to his now prolonged contact with the fugitives aboard their vessel, Captain Crace has now been officially pronounced irrevocably contaminated. You are officially authorized to take control of the situation as you see appropriate. Congratulations, sir.
Let's prove them correct, Lieutenant. Search status.
Any moment we'll have them. I suggest we broadcast an appeal for surrender.
Since that'll only lead to an act of desperation, we attack unannounced.
What is the engagement?
Cripple the Leviathan so it can no longer function. If the offspring responds to our signal, take it into custody. If it attempts to retaliate or flee, destroy it.
What do you want, Crichton? What of Captain Crace and the other fugitive?
Insignificant. Dispensable.
Sir.
Magnificent. Kal Tenaga Chivoko.
A crowning glory for whom?
For us, Officer Sun. Peacekeeper minds who believed that a Leviathan warship hybrid was possible.
Are you aware of other attempts to breed a ship such as this?
Numerous. All ending disastrously, killing both mother and child. But now I know why.
Well, the other Leviathans were in captivity wearing control collars, whereas this one was free when she gave birth.
Your intelligence would qualify significantly for promotion.
Pity, I don't think a referral from you would mean anything now.
To answer your question, this ship will have zero effect on Scorpius, no matter how it is used.
Unlike his mother, this ship responds to direct voice command.
By design. What captain would want a pilot, such as the one on Moya, interpreting his commands?
This ship will never have a pilot.
It can support one, but why? Why dilute the direct command and response possibilities?
Don't get too excited. If we don't escape from Scorpius, there'll be no possibilities.
Agreed. This ship will have no part in our escape, and I repeat, our escape. Not until it is fully grown.
So let's leave him right out of it.
You're not joking. I can have your possessions.
If I die and you don't, yeah, have at it.
Why?
Well, you're a material kind of guy, Rigel. Have some material.
What does that mean?
It means, Sparky, that you're a soulless bastard.
I am not.
Hey, who knows? Maybe you'll get lucky. We'll all die and you can have all our stuff.
That's not fair.
Sparky, Spanky, Fluffy, Buckwheat the 16th. You tried to sell us out.
But I didn't, did I?
They weren't buying, were they?
No. And I became convinced that after I turned you in, I would be next.
Hmm. Now, how does that taste in your mouth?
Look, I know I can be selfish, but given a chance, I can usually...
Do what? Do the right thing?
Yes.
Rigel, I figure the right thing starts at the beginning of the day, not after you've been caught.
Thank you for the possessions.
Why have you brought us here, Tiana?
Zan said we still had half an hour before the final batch of Lutra oil distills down.
So?
So I wanted to let you all know how much I appreciate everything you've done for me. For each of you. Your favorite dishes. Cordla. Smoked pronger sinew. Herbation mince stew. And of course, crispy growlak.
One other thing, Dad. You remember the day I left? You told me that every man has a chance to be his own kind of hero. Well, I don't think I'm ever coming home, so... won't get that ticker tape parade, and doubt that I'm ever gonna have kids, so I won't get a chance to be a hero to them. But I think I know what you meant. I've got a strange life here, Dad. It's different, but it's my own. I have people who rely on me, people who I care about, people who mystify me, and people who become allies, friends, and people who teach me patience, and people who teach me other things. Well, you said the time had come, and I think it has. I have a job to do, and I am unafraid. That's what you said when they asked you what it was like to walk on the moon. You did good, Dad. You taught me well. This is John Crichton. somewhere in the universe.
Cadare I sincono, apudax ahilio, frota il pluro sincono. In the eyes of the goddess, all are equal, all are worthy. May your journey bear the fruits of success, of safety. Any blessings earned over time by my soul, I now extend to you.
I hate this stuff.
Chicks love it.
You know I'd do the same for you if it made sense. No, wait, don't read into that. It's not what I meant.
Sparky, it's okay. I know what you meant, and thanks. So you got any final words of wisdom?
Our pilots are trained to expect evasive maneuvers. Fly a direct course.
Right.
Come back to us.
This holds the holo image of your mate Lolan and your son.
Make sure that he remembers me.
Remember, if you get this right, the Peacekeepers will be so focused on the transport pod, they'll never notice the two of you.
Zero margin for error.
I'll be there.
I can only last a quarter
I'll
of
be
it.
there.
I wasn't gonna say goodbye.
Neither was I.
A Leviathan transport has emerged from the asteroid field just out of cannon range, heading Silcoe Vector 9.
Toward our Gammock base.
Apparently, yes. I can engage the Prowler
Until
squadron.
you bring me more information, do nothing, Lieutenant. Could be Chris. It could be anything.
Zan said to inject the Lutroil into the largest container, and that will start the chain reaction.
How much time do we have after it starts?
She was vague to the point that I suspect that she doesn't have a clue.
Excellent.
Commander Crichton? Cardago, come in.
Pilot, what happened to maintaining comm silence?
Pointless now. Peacekeeper voice traffic indicates they are now aware of your presence and your destination.
Are they following us?
Negative. They remain poised to discover us at any moment. Good luck to you both.
The visual image is still processing, but our intrascan reveals the Luxon and the human to be aboard the transport.
Break position. Go after them. And notify the base. Tell them to expect to come under attack.
But, sir, it's just one.
Do it!
How you doing?
I have to pee.
It worked. The Peacekeepers are withdrawing to chase Crichton and Dargo.
Is there enough room for us to starburst to safety yet?
Not yet. And we're gonna give Aaron every chance we can to rescue them.
Why risk it? They volunteered for this.
Oh, quiet, Rigel. Pilot, please make sure the baby Leviathan understands that once Moya starbursts, he must stay close enough to be sucked along behind us.
Yes, I will.
All pursuing Prowler commanders. This is Scorpius. The occupants of that transport are to be taken alive. That is my direct, inviolate order.
Fleet of bogies on the way. Fly faster, Rasta man.
If I could fly any faster, don't you think I would?
Just a figure of speech, Dargo.
Figure less and speak less. Arm the Chronite shavings.
I'm on it.
Come on, you guys, do it.
Do it!
Officer Sun, the offspring is not responding to my entreaty. Perhaps you should...
Call him by his name, pilot.
You have chosen a name for him?
Yes, I have. It's Talon. It was my father's.
Sensors indicate an explosive device aboard the transport has just been armed. What shall we do?
Admire Crichton his strategy. If he ignites the oil surface of that moon, we will have to abandon our research and evacuate the base.
Should we shoot him down, sir?
I cannot risk killing the knowledge that he possesses, and he knows that. Electric door.
Chronite armed and cooking. Won't be long before these babies blow.
I've set a crash collision course for the Frelling Moon. It's time we got out of here.
Hey, Dogo. How come I'm not afraid?
Fear accompanies the possibility of death. Calm shepherds its certainty.
I love hanging with you, man. My dad's good luck charm.
Does it work?
I'm alive. So far. Kirk and Spock. Abbott and Costello. First base.
Aaron, go and get them! Dogo can't survive for more than quarter of an hour.
I know. Searching now.
Aaron, can you read me?
Yes, but I can't see you yet. How's Dargo?
He's good. But we may have screwed up here. The transport should have hit the whole sea by now. Starburst the hell out of here. Don't let this be for nothing.
Just relax, John. We get one chance to grab you. That was the plan.
The Peacekeepers are still moving away from us, John. Find him, Aaron. This time.
Someone has boarded Moya's offspring.
It's Grace.
Hey, you bastards. John Crichton was here. Aaron, where are you? We're losing Dargo.
I can see you, John, but there are too many other prowlers around. If I swing in to pick you up, they'll spot my maneuver and shoot us all down. Just try to hang on.
The offspring Leviathan, Talon, has broken from Moya's side and is operating independently.
Ship deeper into the asteroid field where the debris is densest. Grace, what the yucks are you doing? Saving myself, Your Eminence. I'm sure to your envy.
Talon is not mature enough to starburst. If you attempt this, you will damage him. You may die.
Thank you, Priest, but I know that. We'll be fine. Where no one can follow us, you or the Peacekeepers.
Grace, you listen to me now. You stop what you're doing and you leave the ship now.
Officer Sun, if by some strange quirk you survive your current situation and we manage to encounter each other again, I hope that our relationship, away from the Peacekeepers, will be a much different one next time.
You cannot take a child from its mother.
You forget. It was done to me, and it was done to you. Goodbye, Officer Sun.
No!
Oh, my vein. The command carrier. It's coming back.
Gianna is correct. Peacekeeper command carrier is locked onto our position and is moving in.
You guys gotta get out of here. Starburst now.
We cannot leave you and Dargo.
No. We can't, and we won't.
Rigel, this is not the time to give up selfishness. Starburst.
But Aaron's not back yet either.
I'm not leaving John and Dargo.
Aaron.
Pilot, starburst, save as many as you can.
I believe that too is now impossible.
Why?
Because Moya will not leave without her offspring. She fears Talon does not understand what he is doing by listening to Crace's orders.
The Peacekeepers are nearly in position to block our path.
Pilot, patch me through to Moya.
Done.
Moya, listen to me. We know how much you care about your baby. We feel the same way. That's why we've gone to all this trouble. It's not just to save ourselves, but to save you and him. Your only chance of rescuing him is to save yourself first. Moya, thanks for everything. Now do what you have to do.
15 microns and it won't matter anymore.
Prepare for starburst, people.
Goodbye. Aaron?
I'm still here, but I still can't get to you.
May not matter. Dargo's unconscious.